You are T. You are T. Who are we? You are T. Welcome to United Real Therapy, people. How are we doing? Big up to everybody. Boy, oh boy. Going to be an interesting game tomorrow night. We're here to preview it. Also talk about all amount of things concerning Manchester United. I'm just sending Bombay the thing now, so just bear with me. Big up everybody. Get in now. Get in. Big up Jamie Wayne. I see you there. Jump on. Let me just send him a message. Bombay, get your ass on there now. I've sent you the link. I need you to come and defend your boy Jose, the stuff that he's been coming out with. Big up. Yes, people. Here we go now. Why the fuck did we get Hans Flick? I hate the fan base crying to keep Dogshite manager. Well, people said he wasn't good enough. I liked him. I thought what he did winning a treble with Bayern Munich was impressive. But some people didn't like him, so it is what it is. Euro, you know what? I'm sick of hearing now how good City are doing on that you to be us on top, but the stupid motherfuckers in the fan base think we're still the team that we were years ago. No, we're not. We're not there, bro. We're not there. I think people, 13 years in the wilderness, man. In those 13 years, we've won 2 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 1 Europa League. And we spent nearly 2 billion. 2 billion nearly. Close to 2 billion. But here we go now. People, it is what it is. Big up man like Shekaria. Let people come in, man. Let people come in, man. Yeah, Manchester United, for me, interesting things are going on. I didn't even watch the press conference, but apparently only 20 players have travelled. A lot of players did not travel. 20 players travelled. No, you're not delusional, mate. Yeah. Big up to Jamie. Big up to Sheikh Arian Rashid, Chief Editor, United Real Therapy. Big up to you. We'll just wait for people to get in the building, and then we'll start the preview. Hopefully, I'll be joined by Jarvis, Cocker, and Tom, Black Rain, our brother Lesso. Hopefully, and I've just sent Bombay a message. But yeah. Nah, mate. Listen, Xavi couldn't handle managing Barcelona, and he wants to come and try to see if he can handle managing Manchester United. Nah, mate. Nah. And by the way, nobody's moaning here. I don't know who's talking to. Stop moaning. Moaning about what? Are you one of those toxic positivity? Those toxic positive sexuals? Is that who you are? Are you toxic positive? Manchester United are 12, mate. Fucking 12. And we played 2 shitty Europa League games and drew them both. Even though I hate that fucking competition. I hope we get knocked out. I really hope we get knocked out. Fucking can't stand that bullshit competition. So, but welcome. You're welcome out here. Hans Flick wasn't good enough, apparently. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking. Well, at the end of the day, he's found it too. He found a job too stressful. So why the fuck would you want to come and bring him to Manchester United? I just don't get it. Like, he said he doesn't want to manage in Spain. That's how much he's been put off after even winning the league. And that's why he wanted to leave. So it stressed him out that much. So I'm like, why are you coming to manage Manchester United? Go manage somewhere else, be successful somewhere else. Then you come to Manchester United. You're still young enough. But I don't want him. I want more focused coach right now who's going to drill people. That's what we need. Nuruddin, Xavi entering, he plays better football than Baldy and bought through some good young players. Yeah, no, 100%. I can imagine. But I'm saying to you, have you read what he said as well? Any of you pay attention to what he said? He basically said he doesn't want to manage in Spain, 1. Number two, he said he found it really extremely stressful managing a big club, whatever you want to call that quote. So he needs to go and take a break, man. He needs to go and take a break. So I'm not having him. I'm not. I'm just that's just my opinion. He could be totally wrong. He could come in and be fucking amazing. No, I won't take Allegri either. He's the fucking has-been as well. He's another fucking dinosaur. No. You see how better they play now with Morata, Juventus, even though they got ripped last night by Stuttgart. Did any of you watch that game? What Stuttgart did to Juventus yesterday? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The way they pressed the hell out of them, didn't let them off. Boy, oh boy. Juventus really found it difficult to play through midfield, to get out, to play their football. Stuttgart should have. The Juventus goalkeeper made so many saves. It was unbelievable. Absolutely incredible he was. Big up to you, though, Shekarian. Jose Mourinho won a lot of trophies, but you have to prove yourself every year. If you don't, you have criticism, and we know that. Yeah. Christian Eriksen, some games you play and some you don't. I've been in and out the last 2 seasons, but I definitely enjoy playing for Miami FC. The man makes a decision who's playing, and you do your best when you can. Big up to everybody, but please smash a like on the video. Big up to Jarvis as well. Jarvis said he'll be jumping on in a minute. Yeah, fair enough, Nora. But he definitely got some players who were written off for their lives. Yeah, like I said to you, I personally think you look at the reasons what he said he didn't want to manage in Spain. He found it really extremely stressful. We have players in the team. Our team is experienced. We face some situation more often. We're looking forward to it. It'll be a great ambience and we'll fuel the team. Okay, let's see what happens, innit? It'll be a motivation and good for us, yeah. Big up to Eric Ten Hag. Do we follow each other on Twitter? Send the link to me on Twitter or tag me in a tweet on Twitter. I can see it if you tag me in a Twitter. And then I'll send you the link if I think that you're worth sending a link to. I'll have to see your Twitter profile first. I'm not just letting anybody come on this channel, mate. That's not how it works. Those who want to come on, though, happily, we'll find it somewhere because I'm always about giving people opportunities to come and have their 2 pence. If not, wait for the time where we do the call-in show. I don't support United. Big up CC, son. Big up to you. Over the past few days, Man City have given a green light to listen to loan offers for Anthony, who preference for him to stay. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, man. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. That's what we say. Wave the flag. Free Palestine. That's what we say, people. Big up. Love and like. Free Palestine, man, for life. That's what we're on. For life, mate. Who do you want manager if I wanted? I wanted Roberto De Zerbi. That's who I wanted. Manchester United need a coach that laid down the fundamentals of how to play football. And for me, it's not about the results. I don't give a fuck if you finish bottom half of the table. As long as 7-8 months, I see something where this manager's doing something. And I can see there is progression. I can see the way we're playing. That's what I want. That's what I want, me. And I want coaches who can do that, who can have an instant impact within 3 to 4 months, that the team is playing in a shape, that something to get behind. Because I'm a believer that good football would win you trophies. The trophies will come if you play good football. The fans will be connected. The atmosphere in the stadium will be buzzing. And then you'll be able to attract the big players and a big manager to get you to challenging for the big trophies. The manager to come in, I need him to be here maybe 2.5 years, but I need him to coach the fuck out of these players and how to play modern football. And then the next manager that they hire should be the one that takes us to challenging for the league. That's my belief. Now, I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but that's my belief. So I need a coach, like a coach that so believes in his fundamental to drill, win, lose or draw, to drill, to get it into these players. Somebody that can inspire as well, who's a good man manager. But I always think you can have a really good coach, good coaches, and have a man manager that can inspire the team, can do a siege mentality, can tap into that Manchester United history of doing a siege mentality. Yep. Big up to everybody. Please smash that like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Looks like Bayern Munich heading out of the Champions League, by the way. The results tonight. Let's go through the Champions League results tonight. Atlanta Celtic 0-0. Wow, that's interesting. That's really interesting because Atlanta and Celtic, both of them quite attacking teams. So that's really that is a massive shock and a surprise for me. Unless both of them went uber defensive. Brest by Leverkusen 1-1. Real Madrid. No, Atletico Madrid versus Lille. Lille beat Atletico Madrid at home. Slapped them up, mate. Barcelona slapped up by Munich 4-1. Benfica got slapped at home by Feyenoord 3-1. Man City slapped Sparta Prague. And then Liverpool beat IP Leipzig 1-0. Salzburg got slapped up at home by Dinamo Zagreb. And Young Boys lost 1-0 to Inter Milan. And then, yeah. In the Europa League, Galatasaray beat Elfsborg 4-3, and Sporting Praga got beat 2-1 by Bodo Glimt. We're going to be playing Bodo Glimt soon, mate. Bodo El Glimpo. Don't mess about Bodo Glimt. But yeah, big up. 2 candidates to win, he says, Jose. Big up me Jarvis. Big up me Jarvis.
Hey. Big up. Sorry for being late. I thought we were saying 35, but 25. So I missed the time.
Yeah, maybe. I thought I was going to be late, coming back late.
Yeah.
Early. Yeah. Big up.
You saw Bodo Glimt won. They won the game 2-1.
Yeah.
They scored in the dying minutes. So second win for them and 1 draw. They haven't lost so far in the Europa League. I tell you, Nordin, they're a good team.
Of course, I can't wait to watch them at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to go and see this.
That could be Ten Hag's downfall, losing against the team no one has heard about. But I know they are really good footballers. That's that will be a tough nut to swallow.
Yeah. I'm so excited to go and see them and then to come and talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you racist? Am I racist? Wow. Okay. Whatever you want, pal.
Maybe they're talking in between themselves in the chat.
Maybe, yeah. Big up. The Jose Managerial says, Jose, I'm sorry, I really don't know the situation, but it doesn't matter. Side effects, and that's the most important thing, the love and respect of every Manchester United fan over the world. And that's more important role than the money. Okay, Jose. We'll get into that in a minute. The 2 candidates to win the Europa League, Manchester United and Tottenham. Look like he's not heard of Bodo Glimt. He's not heard of Glimt. Hey, wow. Jose's not heard of them. The form at the moment, they're some of the form teams in the competition. Jose Mourinho, the best of Man United since the moment I left a good feeling of the club fans. Not with me, mate. I was like, thank God you're fucking gone. You should never have been hired by Manchester United. I still believe that, me personally. And I will die on that hill. I really did not enjoy Jose being at the football club. Really didn't.
You pronounce Bodo Glimt. You say Bodo
Glimt.
Yeah, Bodo
Glimt.
That's the 100%. You got it. 100%. Bodo Glimt.
Big up to them. Big up. Thanks for the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Jarvis. Jose Mourinho, as you know, we won the Europa League, finished second in the Premier. I think we still have the chance to win the league if City get punished. 20. I mean, that would be the most embarrassing. Jose shameless. We finished 20 points behind them. Am I right or wrong? It's like 20 points behind them, wasn't it? It was, I think, 21 or 20, something like that. Yeah, they have to give me the medal.
2018-19, wasn't it 2018-19 season?
Oh my God, yeah. We finished, yeah. We finished second. I think it was 20 points behind Man City. I want them to be successful.
19 points.
19 points,
81 points we had, and they had 100.
That's the difference, yeah. I wish them the best of everyone there, the coaches, the players, and everybody. Yeah. I mean, that season, I don't know even. Honestly, because the football was so shit, Jarvis. I couldn't even get excited about that season. And the fact that actually he has the highest points of any manager since Fergie. Do you know what I mean?
81 is respectable. That's respectable.
But, yeah,
we won the league a lot of the times at Ferguson.
Yeah, with 81, with under 70, yeah. But what I'm saying to you, Jarvis, is that, but the football was so shit. It doesn't feel like you got the points to get 81. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
it was always a struggle.
I can't say this. The football was so shit.
Mm.
Yeah,
but in retrospect, we knew the squad Mourinho had. Maybe it was the only way, because we know he's a good manager. He was fantastic when he coached Chelsea, especially the first time, and Porto, and Real Madrid, scoring record. So I have a lot of respect for Jose when it comes to his results as a manager, but he never showed it as at the Man United as a coach. We looked boring, terrible. Was always closing shop, closing the bus, and parking the bus.
Honestly, boy, oh boy. Big up, Letso. How you doing, Letso? How was Southern Africa, bro? How was everything over there? Is it getting warmer?
Yeah, definitely. It's been getting warm. The weather is looking beautiful so far, and yeah, I cannot complain. Big up to Jarvis as well in the building, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, there is him sticking the boot in. I said Jose sticking the boot in. So this is Jose having a dig, and he's like, I'm happy it's important to keep the faith. The coach, because it gives the stability. He's like, I never got that. So that's him sticking the boot into Manchester United. Yeah, mate, you more than got paid at Manchester United, mate. And he says, they shouldn't be afraid that they're the favourites and everything. John having not training this morning and is down for the game against Fenerbahce. Well, he didn't even travel. So yeah. No, did you see Oscar Fury presser? Yusuke turned up in the presser at a Hitman. Hitman looked cold. Wow. No, I didn't see that. Are they going to be fighting? Yeah. Are they going to be fighting Fury? And yeah. Is that what's happening? That'd be a good fight. Thomas Frank on Impact taking a job, and would have on him for sure. Is if I ever get the offer to go to a big club, and I decided to go there, it will probably not make my life better. What? Wow, yeah, he knows the stress that would come with that. Michel van der Gaag saying he wanted ambitious to become a head coach in Ajax, Manchester United. Yeah, he didn't really spill anything. He didn't really spill any beans, did he? There we go. This is the official traveling, yeah, so let's go through it. Only 20 players have gone. Heaton, Onana, Harry Amos, Diego Dalot, Mateus De Ligt, Victor Lindelof, Sandro Martinez, Masraoui, Haib, on I can't even say that surname. Habib, Unganei, Casemiro, Christian Eriksen, Mikel Ahmad, Anthony, Alessandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Marcus Rashford, Ethan Wheatley, Joe Zirski.
Yeah, I got it here. This is a squad for people if you want to have a look. Bayinder, Heaton, Onana, Amas, Dalot, De Ligt, Lindelof, Martinez, Masraoui, Ogiene, the young kid. Yeah. Casemiro, Eriksen, and Ugarte is the only midfielders we have in the traveling squad, and Ahmad, Anthony, Garnacho, Højlund, Rashford, Wheatley, and Xerxes. So we have a lot of forwards and defenders, young right backs, left backs, and only 3 midfielders.
Yeah. Did you watch the press conference?
Yeah,
I saw some of the comments from Jose sticking the boot in, talking about how shamelessly he wants the medal if City get banned and he wants to win the league. But yeah, for me, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, Jarvis. I don't know what it was for you at United. I didn't enjoy, and I couldn't wait for him to get sacked, to be fair. I was Jose out before Jose came in. And
yeah.
I
felt the same. But I think Jose could have been a good manager if he had given him more time and the right players.
I think if he came in after Fergie, I think he would have been perfect. But apparently, the rumours that around Manchester was that Bobby Charlton was like, we shouldn't get this guy because the way his antics, he didn't like his antics. Bobby was a gentleman, you know what I mean, of that type of thing. And, you know, the Manchester United Blaze that representing Manchester United means something. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, and Patrice Evra really confirmed it the other day. So, yeah, big up Windies. I remember when Jose said something like, there's nothing wrong with winning, being more defensive-minded than offensive. Boy, and Manchester United is a wrong team, mate. The traditions of Manchester United is to attacking football. It's always been attacking football. That's the tradition and where the club is built on. Jose Mourinho won a lot of trophies in the last years, but you have to prove yourself every year. Yeah. This is him talking about that. Yeah. Big up to Shakarian, chief editor, for getting us all the quotes. But yeah, he was having a slight dig. The dig that he was having is that he didn't get more time, and that he's saying that Ten Hag has had more time than him, which is true. To be fair, it's true. But Ten Hag is still struggling, man. He loses. You know what I mean? Manchester United are out the Europa League. The revenue, you know, even though the revenue they make for the Europa League, that's going to put more pressure on Erik Ten Hag. But I wanted to go about Fenerbahce. What do we know? Do we know any of the players other than Amrabat, Fred? I know that they got the Ajax guy, Tadic. Who else have they got?
We can go through it. I have it here on stage. We go from transfer mark. I don't know if you guys can see it. I can try to blow it up a little bit. So Livakovic is a goalkeeper. They have Soyuncu, the guy who played for Leicester, the defender. He's Premier League proven. He was quite good. I don't know who else is here. We have Sofian Amrabat, obviously. Fred Kostic, the guy who came from Juventus. Alan Saint-Maximin, the Newcastle winger. And Dusan Tadic. And Cengiz Under, I think he played for, who was it? Was it Brighton? I can't quite remember. And who else do we have? El Nesir, the center forward, and Zeko, and Tossum also from Everton. So there's some familiar faces from the Premier League.
Yeah. Saint Maximum, Saint Maximum is there as well.
Yeah, Saint Maximum. So there's a lot of good players in this team, and we shouldn't underestimate them.
No.
But you know, they're old players, washed out players. And they're in the Turkish league. They're not playing at the highest level. So this is a game I expect Man United to win. What do you think, Nordin?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I think about this thing, innit? You know what I think about the shitty Europa League. I think Manchester United should get out of it. I think he's going to waste more time and energy because you're playing 17 games, I think, to get to a final. Yeah, so that's what I think about it. But in terms of the game, I know it won't be easy. Those players will know the whole eyes. When Manchester United come to time, a lot of TV cameras, a lot of TV stations around the world will be showing that. So people will be watching that. So that's why they want to bait themselves, even put themselves on the market, some of those players, to make a name for themselves, for them to go back into the big leagues in Europe. So there'll be an opportunity for some of those players. It's going to be very interesting.
This is the team they played in their in the last game. They played on Sunday. They set up in a 4-1-4-1 formation. Defensively, you see Amrabat as the holding midfielder. They play with Fred, Tadic, Kostic, Dzeko up front, and who was it? Szymanski. I don't know many of the defenders. I know the goalkeeper, but I don't know what to expect other than Jose Mourinho football, and I know Amrabat and Fred will parole that midfield. So I think we will struggle a little bit in the midfield game, especially when we are thin. We have Casemiro, Eriksen, and Ugarte, and Eriksen and Casemiro have played 2 games in a short period of time, so we will be a struggle. Yeah.
Big up Abs. Happy birthday for tomorrow, and for you, I hope they win for you, man. Big up.
Happy birthday, Abs.
Happy birthday, man. 2-1 is saying Manchester United. But what are you expecting tomorrow? And do you really like the Europa League? Are you a big fan of the Europa League?
No, I don't think we should ever be in this competition, honestly. I've always made that clear that, it's a competition that it's secondary. It should not be something we strive for. We should not even be qualifying for it. And I'm hoping that this club will, going forward, will actually avoid qualifying for such a competition. And we should be in Champions League or nothing, personally. And but I think it's the only way we get through to the Champions League, to qualify for the Champions League. So it's unfortunately it takes precedence. We are not making top 4 this season. It's kind of clear we're not gonna change or make changes to the managerial position as early as possible. They probably may actually keep this guy until the end of the season, so I can see that already being a write-off for top 4 place, and the Europa League being the only place that we can salvage. And winning the trophies is our goal, I think, right now. I think that's what they're gonna try and turn it into now. So obviously against Fenerbahce have a couple of players that have played for us. I mean, in Fred and Amrabat, good defensive players. Fred, I personally think we shouldn't have let him go. We let him go too early. He could have left that following season. Not we could have had him last season, and I think it would have made a huge difference, especially with the way we're very thin in midfield. So I think Mourinho will try and beat us on the counter attack. I don't see them holding the ball longer. I think we'll have more position, and they'll try and just counter attack us. They'll obviously have the legs to defend and to play a defensive approach, probably a low block and counter-attacking fast system. So I can see us trying to counter that as well on top of that. I think Tanakh has realized that, we're not really that good at breaking down teams. So the best way we do it is through the whole, also our way of counter-attacking as well. We may just let them have the ball, like we did with over the weekend. In the first half, we let who were we playing?
Brentford.
We're playing Brentford. Yeah.
Yes.
You see, we even forgetting teams we were playing, and I was even watching that game. So, but we were playing Brentford. We let them have the ball. We knew very well that they're strong starters. So the tactic was to actually let them have most of the position, and then we would actually come through in the second half and actually go at them. I think that was the plan, because we knew essentially that they cannot complete games. They only have the good start to the game, and they don't finish games very well. So with Fenerbahce, I think we're gonna actually play something of a similar trade. We're gonna let them have the ball, because practically they really can't do anything that much without the counter-attacking system. And Mourinho, we know that he cannot break down teams. So I think we're gonna let them have the ball. The indication with the 3 midfielders, I mean, it says it all. We're gonna be more defensive minded than attacking. So let's see what we do, but not really looking forward to it. But I think this is the only competition we can win. So might as well, ride on it, and see what we can produce tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you have a lot of good points. We haven't played Fenerbahce. I think last time we played them was in '96 in the
Yeah, a
group
long
stage.
time ago. Yeah, a long
Champions
time ago. I
League.
remember that.
Oh, you
remember
remember? Yeah.
Yeah, 96, yeah.
We lost the home game 1-0 in the group
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
But we won when we went away. We won the game 2-0.
That was a shock, actually. 96, it was quite a
Yeah.
shock. It was a shock that we lost that game at Old Trafford.
And I think it will be a really harsh, like difficult atmosphere going away this time too against Fenerbahce. I saw on Twitter today Andy Mitten sharing this picture from the away stand on Fenerbahce Stadium. It was surrounded by Bengal lights, you know, the red lights, and he said he couldn't even hear the Man United supporters because they were surrounded by
the noise.
the noise. Yeah. So I think it will be a tough atmosphere.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. And unfortunately, I'm working tomorrow night, and I won't be able to watch it. So I'll have to come in, and as soon as I get in, try to watch a bit of it, and then quickly start the show for the match reaction. So you guys, if you're about, you might have to tell me what happened. I'll hopefully try to catch a bit of the highlights. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. In terms of atmosphere, in terms of Jose, Fred, Amrabat, the psychological effects of that, you know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Well, the interesting thing is actually how the players will do going away. You know, in an environment like Turkey and the Fenerbahce, we haven't had their best away record when it comes to Europe, and we know they have a fickle, weak mentality. So they cave in very easy. So I just hope that they are up for it. They know they will be difficult. You know, it will be difficult. The referee won't give us any free kicks. The home crowd will be on our neck. So and Mourinho, he wants to do everything just to stop us, break up our play. My biggest worry now is our midfield. So I don't know, how do you guys see our midfield? We know we will play Eriksen in the 10 and Casemiro and Ugarte as the two holding. That's the only way. We don't have any other midfielders.
I mean, I'm gonna look at. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm gutted actually. I can't watch the game because Bruno Fernandes doesn't fucking play, and then it's only right that it falls under the night where I have to work. We have an event on at work, so I have to work, and I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I'm not even slightly like pissed off that I'm missing the game, but it's unfortunate because I hope tomorrow. One thing I hope about this game that Eriksen plays in his rightful position tomorrow. I genuinely hope that. I hope that Eriksen plays. I hope maybe, you know, it might be Ugarte and Casemiro on the midfield that we might want to start with. Casemiro, Ugarte, and Eriksen as the number 10.
Yeah. We don't have any other options. The only thing I can think of is playing Ugarte as the number 10 if we want to utilize our press play to the maximum, because he's a aggressive press player. I don't know if Ten Hag want to think and try to overthink it and do something like that, but that's the only option I see besides, you know, Xerxes or Ahmad in the 10. Is it a possibility?
Say that again.
Who will play in the 10? I mean, we all think of Eriksen right now.
For me, Eriksen, I want Eriksen to play in the number 10, yeah.
But he has an option, you know, one option is Ugarte as a press player in the number 10. The other two options is Ahmad or Xerxes as the number 10.
I know that in a long term, he doesn't see Ahmad as a number 10 in a long term. He doesn't see it. So I just want to see Eriksen just to see how composed and calm he is up the pitch. You know what I mean? I went viral the other day, Jarvis, because I said, Maxi, I really tracked him in the youth. United sold him.
Oyedele, yeah.
Yeah. And the other guy was the one who got given a chance this season. I always forget his name.
Collier.
I said, and Kobe Mainu. So I said I would rather see, because they'll be the future, midfield of Maxi, Collier, and Kobe Manu. And Saeed says, everybody's saying that I'm delusional, I've lost the plot. But I don't mind, because actually the qualities of each individual player, the attributes, would actually, they would suit each other in the attribute, in the way they play together. So it'd be better balanced midfield, in my opinion, than Bruno, Casemiro, and Eriksen. And I said I would, because there's future in those three, you know, in Collier, Kobe, and Maxi. But that's how it became. So it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe to me, Xerxes, maybe Xerxes, Eriksen, but I don't think Ahmad. I don't think Ahmad's going to play tomorrow. I genuinely don't think Ahmad's going to play tomorrow. I think he'll be brute. No. You know what Erik ten Hag likes? He sets on a team. His best three that he always wanted, and we all recognize, is the three roadrunners, as we call them. It's the three roadrunners. It's Rasmus, and it's Marcus Rashford and Garnacho. And I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Yeah, but it's funny, because we call them roadrunners, but last game we actually saw Rashford dropping down, receiving the ball, turning, in being involved in the build-up play, and Højlund dropping down.
Yeah,
actually angle his body in the right direction, first touch, intricate flicks, and
we played against a team that, but we played a team that came with us, that came up the pitch and left space in behind. That's where Garnacho got his chances from. We didn't play against a low block. So to me, when you try to play those three against a low block, and tomorrow, like Lesso said, and you think they might defend tomorrow, we struggle with those three. You need intricate players who are going to combination play, really clever movement that is going to cut. But the roadrunners don't have a space to run to. They struggle unless the team comes up the pitch. Now, tomorrow, obviously, Fenerbahce, if they're at home, they have to show their crowd something. They can't just go and sit back and defend. Surely not, Jams. They're the home team. They can't. But with Jose, we've seen him do that before, where he just wants to play on the counter. He doesn't care. He just wants to go and play on the counter. So it is what it is. So
I read somewhere sorry.
So the reason why I think we look better against Brentford, when I watched a bit of the game again, and sorry, I've been busy with work, so we didn't do the tactical show last night. Hopefully, maybe we'll do it next week. But I was extremely tired yesterday and busy with work stuff. So the big thing is this, that actually when I watched the game again, is because the bravery which they played into our hands. There was a lot more space, and Garnacho was isolated a lot because he wasn't asked to come back and defend. He was actually left alone to go and do the one-on-one and isolate the fullback. So those are the tactics. But what we've seen it, all of us have seen it. Lesso as well. I'll bring Lesso in. That when Manchester United come against with Rashford, Bruno, Rasmus, and Garnacho, when we come against a low block, they fucking struggle. They struggle because they don't have the movements or the entry. But go ahead, Jarvis. You're gonna say something, and then Leicester can come in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I heard about speaking of Mourinho, that that the Fenerbahce fans were actually screaming for Mourinho to be sacked after they lost against their biggest rival Galatasaray after a couple of games into the season. So they are ruthless too. They don't accept anything when it comes to football. They want to win every game. Lesso, please.
No, it's true. In terms of in terms of that front three, in fact, I would say the front four, as we like calling them, the Fantastic Four. They struggle a lot in breaking down teams. If teams sit back, essentially we actually fall in their trap, because we can't break down teams with those. I feel like it's more of or less the positional sense, the inability to, keep hold of position as well in crucial places. As well as I would also go as far as to say, it's also the decision making amongst them as well. If you noticed it, It's definitely what actually hinders us in breaking down teams. You need sometimes you need intricate plays just to open up the defense. You need to stretch the defense as well. Sometimes you might find that Rashford doesn't like going wide. Instead, as well as he usually comes inside, so they're expecting that. Usually they'll just pack the midfield or the middle area, and then essentially they know that no player is gonna go wide and try and cross, and put in balls in. And I think that's also another dynamic we need to fix up front. We need where we have a player that one of them can come inside and the other can actually stretch the defense. That's the balance in the wing play that we need. So it's unfortunate, but these guys are good at transitional play. If you want to play your counter-attacking system, they know how to play it very quick. They're quick at that. Rashford is very quick. They'll play 2, 3, 4, 5 touches before they score. Easy. But in terms of breaking down teams, you need a different approach, and we need to pick different players. You need players like your Ahmad who can create something out of nothing, in that final third. But yeah, pretty much that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I just want to add, Lesso, because when it comes to how we will set up, you mentioned counter-attacking, and I believe we will come and play a similar way as we did away against Porto. Noradin mentioned as he saw Garnacho, we tried to isolate Garnacho and leave him up there, and I think we will do this the same thing this time too. But this time we will do a little bit thing differently as we did against Porto, because we will have Martinez, hopefully Martinez, and I would like us to play Martinez as left back again, because I loved how he took control over that left side defensively, and it made room for Garnacho to stay up and he didn't need to track as much back. So we always had a weapon. But we saw against Porto, that's where they attacked us. All the crosses came from that area, and they scored 3 goals on us. So I don't know how Ten Hag will solve this, but the left back is a key position for this game if you want to go the same way as we did against Porto. Do you have any thoughts, Nordin, on that? The left back position.
No, yeah. I mean, it will depend. To me, I think if you don't, away from home, tricky with that type of level of atmosphere. If you play Martinez out wide as a left back again and you don't protect him, if you play 3 in midfield, the midfield doesn't shift like Ugarte to protect him, then I think we could be in trouble. But it depends how well we keep the ball. If we keep the ball well, then him playing there like he did against Brentford, we did that quite well. You know what I mean? We limited them, limited their attack. But like everything else, it's about the first goal and the shape of the game. But with Jose, he's shameless at times, isn't he? That's one thing he is. So, he might do a low block and try to stifle us in the game and just try to get a counter-attack. And he might play, say, Maximum and these kind of guys out wide, quite guys who can be exploit with pace. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We cannot have the game being basketballification of football, because we'll get battered. Last time we were in Istanbul, that's what happened to us. We got beaten. And that in that game we were 2-0 up, if I'm not mistaken, against Galatasaray. We were 2-0 up, and we lost the game, didn't we?
Yeah. We were 2-0 up. No, we drew the game, didn't we? 3-3 or something.
I think, did we? Yeah.
Yeah.
But they beat us at Old Trafford. They beat us.
Yeah,
at Old Trafford,
they did.
Yeah. And it's one of those games. But yeah, if we try, it depends. If they try to push and come out and play, I think it could be a really good game offensively for our players. The roadrunners, as I call them, might combine with the spaces, and they might be isolated with the one-on-one. They might have the better quality. You know what I mean? The Garnacho, the Rashfords, the Højlunds. But yeah, if they sit in, it's going to be a long day. They sit in with a block of 10. Jose is really good at that, blocking all the passing lanes, frustrating, and then the counter-attack, wasting time. All the dark arts would come out. The repertoire of the dark arts will come out. You know.
But if we go up against the low block, maybe the best lineup would be actually playing Xerxes and Ahmad in that attacking lineup to have some creativity. You know, them with Eriksson, actually we could get the ball moving with a little bit higher tempo. That will actually be a.
Those three play together, Xerxes, Ahmad, Eriksson. You know, Manchester United have players who are technically sound on the ball. Technical footballers who are sound on the ball. And that's what the most interesting thing will be, Jarvis, is that if they got a low block, would he change it? And would he think, okay, I need to get Xerxes in? I think you can play Xerxes and Rasmus together. I think Rasmus can be the fox in the box and finish. And Xerxes can manipulate the ball and hold the ball up and bring people into play. But yeah, the game management is going to be very interesting because whatever happens, Jose will make changes that affects the game. That's one thing I would give Jose a massive credit for. He always knew how to affect the game. But for me, I just the idea of a negative, defensively minded manager being the Manchester United manager for me never went. That's why I never really took him in. You know, I can count the games in my hand where we attacked at Old Trafford. And it was the Spurs game. And I clapped him and the team off the pitch. I always go back to that. We got beat 3-0. I remember, I think Hurricane scored from a corner. And then we got caught with 2 goals by Lucas Moura, you know. And that night, Timberland boots himself. Lukaku couldn't hit a bandor. All the chances fell to him and he couldn't. You know what I mean? He couldn't score to save his life. So, yeah. Yeah, this was the rumor that I was telling you about before. This was the rumor, and this is something that he didn't want Jose. Yeah, this was the rumor that was going around in Manchester, and actually he confirmed it. He really confirmed it, and I actually agree with Bobby. I understand the reason why with Bobby. You know what I mean? I understand the reason why Bobby didn't want him, because it's after he scratched the guy who passed away. You know, remember the coach? Who was a Barcelona coach? He scratched his eye. It was him doing stuff like that. Remember we did that? He walked over to him and did that with his eye. You remember?
Yeah. It was always a lot of shithousery with
But literally, to me, that is mad. Still, Jose, like he literally physically assaulted another coach and got away with it. Do you know what I mean? These are the type of things that were put in Bobby Charlton off, and that's why I didn't want Jose at Manchester United. I didn't.
I will tell you a story about Jose because they played Body Glimt. You know, they lost 6-0 or 7-0, I don't know, against Body Glimt when Body Glimt was playing Roma. Yeah, Roma. And then Jose Mourinho was the manager. And then they went to the away game. Body Glimt won the game 2-1. And they met in the playoff stages in the same tournament. And the first game they played, Body Glimt played at home. So Mourinho put one of his assistant coaches to to antagonize the Body Glimt bench. He was there all the time, up in their face, yelling at them, calling them names, showing them signs, everything. And after the game, you know, the Body Glimt coach, Kjetil Knutsen is his name. He's extremely good coach. You know, he totally lost it in the
ball guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He used to manage the Danish team. What was the Danish team he used to manage? He managed one of the teams. I think it might have been Copenhagen. I'm sure he managed.
Yeah, the ball guy. You're talking about Solbakken, the Norwegian. He managed Wolves sometime at the time, but that's not the same guy.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so the
you Norwegians, you all look alike, mate. You all Norwegians. You all look alike.
we do. So it ended with Kjetil Knutsen getting suspended for the rematch.
Jose.
Yeah, Jose. He knows his dark art. So we put his assistant manager just to antagonize. And, you know, if you don't have any experience in the playoff games of Europe, you will get caught.
So his team got beat 7-0 in Norway.
Team, yeah. It's insane. But I have to say they play on absolute.
Glimt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible, man.
Yeah, but their problem is, they're a little club, they're poor, so every time they do well in Europe, they lose every player. So the coach need to rebuild this team every season. That's the thing. Yeah, every time. But he does well.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Tell me the score tomorrow. Go on.
Yeah, I'm not actually good with the scores. Recently, I've been having howlers with the scores, but
I don't think you're the only one. Manchester United have been having the biggest howlers with the results, pal. You're not the only one.
So I think I'll go with either 2-1 or 3-2. I think we will score. I think they will score as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-1 or 3-2 game, personally.
Yeah.
Big up. We're United.
It could be either way, At this point,
you have to say
it. I know I'm on the fence. I know I'm on the fence.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You're doing so much fencing. You might have bought a company that are specialized in fence building. Have you bought a company? That's not where you are now.
I'm literally on the fence.
Are you completely fenced in?
Yeah, it's tough, but hopefully it's in Man United's favor. So I'll go with Man United. Of course, I want my team to win.
Big up. Yeah, big up. Windy. Windy says, you know what? In Jose's mind, he can return as United manager with Ineos backing him, and he'll be successful. That is the level of delusion he's got. So that's why now it makes sense why he was saying, I want to come back to the Premier League. He said that in his press conference. It's because what Jarvis was telling me, that because the fans wanted him out because they lost to Galatasaray, didn't it? And Galatasaray at the top of the league, I think. Galatasaray at the top of the league, yeah. And as a manager, you cannot lose to Galatasaray. You cannot lose. No. But to be fair, last season they were doing quite well with Fred, even before Jose got there, no? Last season they were doing well. Fred was scoring goals. Do you actually get excited and look forward to match days on the Ball Fraud? I'm sorry, but I can't even get motivated to want to watch a game, even get excited to watch us play. Wow. To be fair, a lot of fans are feeling the same. It's no fire, no inspiration, nothing. So you're not the only one. Big up, though. Yeah. Big up. But let's hope that good football and Erik ten Hag, like I said, I'm still open-minded to Erik ten Hag doing a 360 as long as he's here. He's got that opportunity to really turn this ship around and get us something to back. And enough in terms of 70 minutes, 80 minutes of good football in games, but we only pray in it. But for me, what do I think tomorrow? I think a draw or slim Manchester United win. 2-1, or it could be 1-1 or 2. Yeah, 1-1 or 2-1 to Manchester United. Jarvis?
Yeah, we struggle scoring goals. I don't think this Fenerbahce team looks really good, so I think we could score a couple of goals. So my prediction is 2-1. 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think Højlund will prolong his goal scoring record and score in the second game in a row. He looked
let's
really
hope
good.
He does that. Yeah. We need him to do that, actually. Big up Ben, big up the panel. 3 panelists, like, share, subscribe. Let's hope we can get on the run. Erik ten Hag, be like, Erik ten Hag, trust the process. Good is not good enough. Blah, blah. Yeah, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, Ben, you read that man's manager. Even the same old lines, the same old tired lines, man, people. Yeah. Please like the video, people. I don't know why people are not liking the video anymore.
Nordin.
Yeah.
I have a topic. Maybe I want to hear your thoughts on it, because Jose came out in the press conference actually saying something positive about Ten Hag. I don't know if you see this. He say, maybe you English guys think I'm bluffing or playing mind games, but they have a better team than the results are showing. I've studied them to the maximum I could with my staff, and sooner or later they will succeed. That's Mourinho's words.
Is he talking about the club? Is he talking about the club, or is he talking about specifically
talking
about and the team right now? Because
Well,
What
as
is
I
he
saw it,
talking
he
about?
talked about Ten Hag
Oh, okay.
and Man United, but yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. If what he's seeing, maybe we're seeing what we're not seeing. But for me, Southampton for one half, we saw 60 minutes. We saw against Crystal Palace. After that, and then we saw against Brentford the other day, half an hour to 40 minutes. We saw. But for me, that's not enough. That's not enough for the money that he spent, for the backing that he's had. And yes, this club is still fucked up. I still think Erik ten Hag is at the fault why he let Fernandes go to fucking Benfica. He should have put his stamp on it and said, no, I need a left back. Or even when you've got a kid like him who won the best young player in one of the most competitive leagues in world football, Jarvis. Let me repeat for people, one of the most competitive leagues in world football is the Championship. Kid who wins the best young player at Preston, he comes back and then he wants to loan in Reguilon and stuff like that. It's just the mistakes are there, Jarvis. I'm sorry. I feel like a broken fucking record going over and over them. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick and tired, genuinely, about going over that record. But for me, at the end of the day, I always said everything's on the football pitch. You cross that white line, you show it. And yes, I'm hoping Jose's right. I hope and pray Jose's right. Because despite what I don't think Erik ten Hag should keep his job for the performances of Manchester United finishing 8th. I think there are certain things that there has to be. And the excuses what he used last season, they were not the excuses. Because in the last 5 to 6 games, he showed us that they had nothing to do with their injuries and more to do with playing compact football. So for me, that's why he needs to go, right? That's my opinion. But I hope and pray that Jose is right, because I wouldn't want to sack a manager. You know what I mean? And nothing's guaranteed with the next guy. We know this at this football club. We're still owned by the fucking Glazers. So these things. But I personally do think Roberto De Zerbi would have had by now, we would have been seeing things. That's the difference between Erik ten Hag and Roberto De Zerbi. I watched Marseille. The fans see it. They fucking see it with their own eyes what he's trying to do. With Erik ten Hag, I'm still like, I see half an hour here, 20 minutes there. He's been there for 2 years and 3 months. And I'm sorry, I just can't accept seeing half an hour here, 60 minutes here, 30 minutes here. And you know me, I'm not a result merchant, Jarvis.
No,
I promise you.
I know you're a purist of the game.
I want to see, I want to be able to connect. I want to be able to come out with me losing my voice coming out the stadium because I've cheered my team to the helters. So I really hope Jose is right. I really, really hope Jose is right, that there is something that I can still see because I'm blinded by the bullshit I saw last season. You know, I could be that enraged. I know that's one thing for me. I can be a hothead. You know, I wear my hat on my sleeve. I most of my opinions, I don't say it to clickbait people and to do that. I believe in what I'm saying. It's my opinion. Do you understand? I don't do it to clickbait people. I'm not that kind of person, genuinely. So am I blinded by the rage of what I was seeing last season, this basketballification, where even Sunday league teams were setting up better than us? And then he changes it in the last 5 games, Jarvis. Injuries or no fucking injuries, he changed it. So for me, that is the reason why America. And the fact that he came in the first year and wanted to chase all these trophies and stuff like that, where he should have coached the whole squad to play better football. Yeah, so there is those things. They are my things. But I can concede, like everybody, that I'm so blinded by that rage of the first season, because after 7 months, I was like, I don't see where this is going. You know what I mean? And I said last season he wasn't going anywhere. So I'm open to that criticism. You can say, no, Jarvis can say to me, Nuruddin, you're blinded by that rage. But even this start to this season, I have not seen enough to convince me that this guy can turn the ship around, can really build Manchester United into a solid, can coach a whole squad. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not seeing
100%.
it. I'm not. So if Jose have seen it, if you have seen more belief, Jarvis, then I'm have to be open to that criticism. I'm just fallible as a human being. My opinion is no better than anybody else's. And that's why here, Jarvis, it's democratization. This channel is free speech. As long as you're not abusive to people. And what do? Whether it's a super chat or no super chat, what do we do on here, Jarvis?
We
share everybody.
Yeah,
we fucking share everybody's. And you know how hard it is when you're talking and doing a show to do this? Do you think it's easy?
Multitasking all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, people in the chat talking to each other. I'm like, what is that?
Get dragged in. I just want to say, when it comes to this, he say, I think I'm not bluffing or playing mind games. He actually say he's not playing mind games, but maybe he do. Maybe it's a double bluff, because people who say, believe me, I'm not lying. Trust me, bro. It's always something. So this could be pure bullshit from Mourinho, just to blow a hot air up her ass.
Hot air up United's asses. Yeah. I mean, the way that he's been talking is something like that, because he's like, oh, Spurs and United are going to win. They're the two favorites. This is and that. But yeah, so what do you think about it? What Jose is saying? Do you think it might be a bluff, or do you think Jose is onto something? You know what Jarvis is saying here?
Nah, we know Jose, man. There's no way this man has changed. He stays true to who he is, and right now he's just playing mind games. He's either trying to gun for that position at Man United, or he's because it's cryptic. I mean, the more I read what he says, it's the more I actually start questioning. Having some sort of conflict. I mean, he could mean that this team could be doing way better if whoever takes charge can. He could mean, he could just mean that these guys could turn it around. But I think we pretty much know what he means when he says this. I mean, this is the same guy that took the job when from his old mentor and friend in LVG. He spoke to Man United behind their back, and he got the job. It's business at the end of the day. There's no friends in this. So he may be having one eye on looking at the job and thinking, you know what, these guys, they back the manager. They're bringing in good players, players that can actually do a job, and they're operating much way better off than they were under the Glazer. So I can see myself being there, and taking advantage of that. And at the same time, he could be just, putting pressure pretty much on Ten Hag, because I mean, every manager tends to do this, before a game. They tend to play these mind games. Even Sir Alex would do it sometimes, where they would say, they've got a great team and they should be they are the favorites, and giving them all the praise, and then leaving little to no pressure to them or for them, to get anything out of the game. So there's very different ways to look at it. But I mean, Jose is he did psychology as well, so he's one of the masters of mind games. So yeah, that's how I look at it. I mean, it's very creepy and cryptic.
Maybe it's an application for the Man United job. Maybe he thinks he can get back to the club, because he also said this when it comes to Alex Ferguson. He said the ambassador role. I really don't know the situation, but it really doesn't. But it doesn't matter. Sir Alex has been the most important thing. The love and respect of every Man United fans over the world. It's more important than the role and money. So again, he's giving us compliments.
Oh, of course.
Positive.
Yeah. Let me just get to this question, Jarvis. We'll just change the topic as well. Yeah. That was a really good topic and a really interesting thing. Big up Ben. Ben has asked, would we take Xavi? I said I won't take Xavi because Xavi said he found it really stressful managing Barcelona. And Manchester United are even more of a fucking chaos and a circus than Barcelona. You know what I mean? Even though he won the league there, I think that was an incredible achievement to win the league there, But I just think I'm not willing to take that risk. Like on the same terms of managers, Areola, I respect in the Premier League, who I think. The Horner kid, who's at Stuttgart, I watched I watched Juventus last night, Jarvis. Honestly, I
Yeah.
was falling asleep. I couldn't. I was so tired and exhausted. Yeah, that I watched.
Thiago Motta.
They absolutely destroyed them. The Juventus goalkeeper. If you can find that game, Jarvis, just give it a watch.
Okay.
Honestly, because I love to know your point of view. I don't know, Lesso, you watched that game yesterday, but Juventus, Thiago Motta's team got locked out the way of playing. They could. I don't even think they made chances in the game. The Juventus goalkeeper must have made 6 or 7 fantastic saves. He even saved the penalty as well. But the kid came off the bench and scored a brilliant finish. But what do you think of Xavi as a potential manager for Manchester United, Jarvis? Unless so.
Yeah, Lesso can go first.
When it comes to Xavi, man, it's a tricky one. You know, he was thrown at Barcelona, you know, in a time where, you know, it's just the shambles. The president was going nuts. You know, there was a lot of corruption happening there at the time. You know, with the players not being paid and money laundering happening at the same time, and all these other things that, you know, are not spoken of. But you know, it's a messed up situation there. You know, it's very huge. It's just that they've been keeping it in house so much. But I think it's one of the worst situations a club is in at the moment in football, if you think about it. But you know, I was kind of impressed that he managed to still win the La Liga title, and he actually bettered Real Madrid in the process. It's not that he won the league without even, you know, beating Real Madrid. He went and bettered them. He gave them a drubbing. And he also won the Copa del Rey as well. So he's got 2 trophies with Barcelona. I think they wanted to keep him. He wanted to leave, and then they ended up just all of them both agreeing that he wanted to. They should go their separate ways because, I mean, I don't think there's anyone who was going to survive in those kind of situations. If most managers didn't want to join Barcelona at that time. That's why they even chose Xavi in the moment. There were no candidates whatsoever, because no one wants to go and run into in such shambles. You know, if we think our situation is bad, it was extremely bad over there. You know, there was investigations happening. The La Liga board was actually starting to even the Spanish government was getting involved in some of these things. So the situation was dire. Like anyone would rightfully in the right mind would not want to touch Barcelona at that time. So they brought him in, he stabilized everything. And I think pretty much now the team is reaping rewards of somewhat of the groundwork that he did. You know, would I want him at Man United? I mean, we've seen managers fault at Man United. We've seen many. And right now, I wouldn't even say that it wouldn't be that bad. You know, if you're telling me that we had options, a lot of options, and before, I would not even consider him. But him being an option right now, he's worth a shout because right now we need coaching. That's something he can clearly do. You can clearly see that he can do it. He did it in Qatar as well. If you look at the Qataris, how they play, he changed the philosophy altogether. He coached them from scratch. He had them playing entertaining football. So for me, that shows that he can do one element, and most importantly, the element that we're missing right now, and is to coach players and play a sustainable way of football. Now, to say that he'll come here and win Champions Leagues and Premier League trophies, no, he may probably be the person that sort of gets us halfway there. You know, he could be someone who comes in and stabilizes and helps us get the fundamentals right, so that the next manager comes in and takes over and pretty much does what Ancelotti does when it comes to Real Madrid and all these other teams, where there's already something stable there to build from. That's what I think. Personally, he would be a great fit for us at the moment. Yes, he would. He would be. That's what I personally think. But is he the final manager? No. Just like Arteta isn't the final manager for Arsenal. Arsenal are dropping off as a result. And you're hearing Arsenal fans saying we should go and get Carlo Ancelotti now because we need a manager that's going to get us to that extra level where we should be, winning titles instead of bottling them. And it is sometimes like that in football. Football's like that. You mentioned Chelsea. Even before Mourinho got there, people forget the job that Claudio Ranieri did before that. He got them in the top 4. Yeah, consistently got them in the top 4 before Mourinho came in. And Mourinho now basically, he put his final touches onto whatever that was already on the foundation phase. So football has been moving like that, funny enough, for the longest time. So that's why I'm saying that you can't look at it and say and write it off. So for me, it is an option. But if you can find someone else who's better, then I'm not obliged to that. But you can't just write off this option and say, before we can forget about it and it can't happen. So no, that's my basic opinion on it.
Yeah, big up Sean joining us.
Big up guys.
We'll let you have the last thing about how you feeling about the game tomorrow. Did you see Jose's presser? Did you see what Jose was saying, wooing the Manchester United, but also having a slight dig that Ten Hag's getting more time than him, that he did when he was at United, talking about how Manchester United are going to be favourites and all of the different type of stuff that he's been saying. How are you feeling, first of all? How's lovely California? What's going on?
As you can see, it's pretty sunny, right now, midday. I feel confidence, going into the game against Fenerbahce. I think Mourinho is just being Mourinho, classic Mourinho, playing mind games. Like you said, a compliment sandwich where he's both dissing and complimenting the team at the same time, right? But he's correct to say that, he wasn't given enough time. I think Mourinho has good feelings about United, but I think he's correct to have a sense that, he wasn't given enough time. Obviously, football has changed. Football has changed so much that, I'm listening to Lesso and other Arsenal fans talk about how, despite everything that Arteta has done, it's not good enough because somehow Arsenal has a birthright to win trophies, and that's what they need to sack this manager who's doing well for them because he can't guarantee a trophy. I think Ten Hag, obviously, and Mourinho also has a point when he talked about the fact that the performances on the pitch don't necessarily align with the results, and the raw data, doesn't align with what we're seeing in terms of the outcome. So he might be blowing smoke up Ten Hag's ass with that, but I think he's also pointing out a fact. So he's trying to have it both ways, so that if Fenerbahce loses, he can say it was the good team we're up against anyway, and if they win, it was a good team that they managed to defeat. So yeah, I feel confident. I hope the team is able to take the good vibes and the good feeling and everything from the last weekend into this game. I hope they're also able to, because I think we can expect the way this game is going to play out. The difference in quality between us and Fenerbahce is going to show. We're likely going to have more of the ball. We're likely going to slightly dominate the game. I think if we lose it, it would be the same way we've dropped points in the Champions League and in Europa. Carelessness. Likely we'll score a couple of goals and then concede and have them equalize, or somebody makes a mistake, something along those lines. So what I'm looking for from this game is I'm looking for rotation. I'm looking to see Ten Hag actually use the squad, right? I'm looking for confidence. I'm looking for that mentality that the players have. Continue don't drop the energy, don't drop the tempo, basically carry on that confidence into. So those two things I think primarily. And I'll say the third thing is I'm looking for a win. So no if buts or maybe. We need to win. We need 3 points. I would like to see rotation because I think West Ham is very important. But then I would also like to see that confidence and that good vibes continue into Thursday. So yeah, for me it's all positive. It's all like, okay, let's keep the good feeling, the good vibe, the good energy going. Glad to see Malaysia back training with the guys. Glad to hear that Luke Shaw is back. So I'm just like, let's keep Lenny Euro. Glad to hear that he's back. So let's just keep the good energy and the good vibes going, basically, and carry that on to Thursday.
Yeah, big up. That's a different, very optimistic point of view. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch it. I think I may be able to watch the highlights before we come on here tomorrow. But it would have been a game to enjoy. I think we might do the show and then I'll watch it. And then I can enjoy it, hopefully, and good Manchester United win. And it's going to be refreshing because no more fucking hoofball Bruno. So I'm grateful of that. I don't know how many games he banned. Is it just one game in the Europa League, or has he banned 3 games?
One game. Oh, 2 yellows. 2 yellow cards.
Fuck's sake. Why couldn't it be 3 games? Fuck that. 3 fucking games, man. 3 games without that guy, seeing that guy, man. Honestly.
Did you like Bruno's performance against Brentford? Because he wasn't
No.
doing the hoofball. He wasn't doing the hoofball thing against Brentford.
Honestly, no word of a lie. You need to ask people who went to the stadium. Bumbaye will tell you. The groans and moans every time he's on the ball is unbelievable. Honestly. The people, it's not just me, honestly. It's fans who go to the stadium are sick to death of him. They're sick
You
to
know,
death.
I get that. I was thinking about Bruno during the week, right after the Brentford game, and I think what I'm liking from what I'm seeing from Bruno now, and where I think Bruno should go. Obviously, move away from the Hollywood passes, but I think Bruno really keeps the whole team. Like he's like the I don't know, engineers, like he's like the tiny little gear with all the spokes basically that connects everything, right? And I think you will see a difference tomorrow when we play without him. But I think if Bruno can keep his game simple, like the energy he brings, that minimum quality that he brings, I think is without the hero passes or without like all that unnecessary stuff. I think that quality, if he can get into good form, he'll make a difference. Like, because for us to have a good season, Bruno has to play well. I don't see, how we can succeed the season without Bruno turning up. So yeah, hopefully he gets the rest and get a fresh Bruno against West Ham.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. But big up to everybody. I'm extremely tired, people, and I've got a big day ahead of me tomorrow. So
yeah,
we'll have to say goodbye on this one. Sean, what do you think the result's going to be tomorrow? Quickly.
Oh, I think we're going to win. I feel confident going into the game. I think we're going to win. I expect us to win. Like I said, things I'm looking out for. I want to see rotation, and I want to see the tempo continue the aggressive, high energy tempo. Continue that into this game. But yeah, I'm expecting a win.
2-1, 3-1, 3-0, 2-0.
I feel very good about Højlund. I think Højlund is a form player, and once he starts scoring, he's likely going to score, a couple of goals. So I think there are goals in this game. I think we should score at least 2. So yeah, I think 2-0, 3-1, that type of scoreline.
Okay. And would you ever take Xavi from ex-Barcelona player
Hell
as
no.
a manager of Manchester United?
No, like to come and do what? And I was listening to let's talk about how he's a good tactician. Before Ten Hag became the terrible manager that he is today, he was once a good tactician. I understand now he's the worst thing ever, basically since Satan. But before he came, he was known as a good tactician. And so no, I don't want Xavi. I don't need any of that. Ask me again when Ten Hag gets sacked, who the manager should be. But for now, no. What has Xavi done? What's he coming to do here?
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Jarvis, last word from you, unless so.
Yeah, I didn't have a say on the Xavi thing. Xavi he's a good manager, but for me, do we really want to try to play Barcelona football now? Is this where we are going? It's a never-ending mess.
To be fair, he wasn't obsessed with tiki-taka. I don't think he was a tiki-taka guy. I don't think he was obsessed with tiki-taka. I think he played very functional football, but they played good football when they won the league. And he got really, he introduced a lot of youngsters from La Masia. And actually, some of them now, some of the players he introduced, some of them are playing in the first team. Right now.
Yeah. He could be a good manager. Now
I take it such a compliment. Big up to you.
It's back again.
Matisse nose picking Armani. Wow.
Yeah, big up. The way that I ban him, delete his comments and I ban him, and then he comes back again. I don't know how.
Yeah, they have different accounts.
The way they just do it quickly is unbelievable. Look. It's a massive compliment. Honestly, it is a massive compliment that you go to the great length. I find him so fascinating.
Okay.
Yeah, but for me, no, I don't want Xavi in. I think he's not the right manager. I think we need someone else And I think we need to build on what we have already done so far under Ten Hag. I think there is something there, and maybe another manager can get the best out of this group of players, but not Xavi. I think it's the wrong club, wrong environment. I don't think he has the experience enough to coach a club as Man United. Even though Barcelona is a big club, it's not half of the mess Man United are in.
To me personally, he burnt out so quickly at Barcelona. So why would he want to come to a chaotic football club like Manchester United?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's best to go for him to go to a stable football club. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, we basically need a unicorn, because I just don't buy that there's any manager with any set of skills right now that you can identify and say this person would work at United.
Not they're right.
No. And
it depends on what you want. It depends on what you want. For me, there's no manager,
and I don't want to derail the conversation.
Yeah.
So sure. Yeah.
There's no manager that's going to take us to a league, because Manchester United are nowhere near ready for a league or challenging. I genuinely do think we've got players now, like especially younger players, that can be drilled to play a certain football. And Erik Ten Hag, unfortunately, is not doing it for my liking. That's me personally. But, you know, it is everybody. Don't worry, at least you're not concussed, both fraud like Erik Ten Hag. There you go. I'm not concussed. But fuck me, these guys, honestly, the perseverance. It says here, I'm a big fan of you, Nuruddin. Right. Thank you. I appreciate you. But the way you're spamming me, it's not a good. So try again. Big up to you, though. But yeah, big up, people. We'll be back tomorrow for the match reaction. Hopefully, I'll try to watch a little bit of a. I'll try to watch a little bit. Yeah, hopefully soon. We'll do a call-in show soon. A perspective from fans in India. Yeah. Big up, Rohan. Kumar. Definitely. We'll let you know. I'll put it on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, that guy, Red Devil, Mr. Structure, you'll be notified. I don't want anyone to build on this erratic mess from Ten Hag. I'm in favor of Xavi. Look at how Flick's building on his foundation. Yeah, that's true, to be fair. He's using a lot of young players to doing it. The guy who already spammers and never gives up. Parents must have not loved him for giving the attention. Yo, there it is. Psychoanalysis from Sheikh Arian. To the spammers. Big up.
I mean, even Xavi, we forget that he actually got rid of the old boys as well at the time.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he actually has the balls to actually make the tough decisions. You know, I think he fell out with Piqué in terms of, you know, in terms of that as well. Yeah, he does. Like, that's one of the things that
like Ten Hag, like when Ten Hag got rid of some of the big boys in United, or
no, like, even look at the whole Solskjaer thing. You know, with Solskjaer, he had his favorites and he couldn't. You know, I mean, if you have a former player there that played with you, he's never, you know, getting rid of them and telling them that they can't play anymore or they can't do this. Xavi did that with Piqué. He did that with Jordi Alba. He also did that with who else? He did that with a lot of old guards. So for me, you know, it shows me that he's got the balls to make the tough decisions, and he, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, fair play to him on that. But
to be fair though, he was also part of that bailing out young players, in it, like Xavi and what's the other guy?
Pedro.
Pedri,
Pedri,
yeah.
But I just want to say, when it comes to Xavi, you know, he's a decent option as a manager, because if we have a good footballing structure, we should look for other managers all the time and have a list to be prepared. And so in a way, and we don't know quite exactly what Ineos wants, what type of style football they want. Maybe Xavi is the one. That's the football they want to move on forward with. And we have like Granada, we know, and the tiki-taka connection, Barcelona connection. Who knows? Tixi Bergestein is also on the open market from this summer. Maybe he will be the next we will take into our footballing structure, the Manchester City footballing director. So there's a lot of things going on that we don't know, and maybe he wants to bring on Xavi because, you know, they talk.
My understanding is that the conversation happened, like the reporting says that he was spoken to months ago, right? Like it happened in the summer when they were talking to everybody, Tuchel, all the other managers. That's how I read the reporting. I think that's phrase or the word months ago was deliberately put there, right, to kind of give some context around where the conversation happened. Or in the last few months, or I think they said he has been spoken to in the last few months. That includes the summer. I don't believe that over the course of the past 2 weeks they were talking to Xavi. I don't think so. I think this is an old conversation that is just getting reported right now.
Yeah, big up though. Big up to everybody. The guy who was at Sporting Lisbon is now the director of football at Man City. That's why people are saying Amarin will be there, will be the next manager of Man City. But big up, and big up to the Green Brigade, innit? Big up to the Green Brigade. Big up to Celtic. Big up to the Celtic for shouting for free Palestine, free the Congo, free Sudan. You know what I mean? The genocide is still going on in Palestine. They're literally slaughtering and murdering people right, left, and center. People, and our hearts bleeds for the Palestinians. This is the most incredible genocide because people are literally recording themselves getting genocided. And people always said, "What would you have done during slavery? How can slavery happen? How can the Holocaust happen? You know what I mean? How can colonization happen?" And there you go, people. In 4K, you can clearly see the genocide, what's happening. But big up, love and light. Smash a like, everybody, on your way out. Appreciate you all. We'll be back tomorrow night around 10:40, hopefully. Back for the match reaction. Hopefully it'll be a good game. It'll be a watch, and we can go and report on it. But yeah, free Sudan, free the Congo, free Lebanon, free Palestine, free Tigray, free Ogaden, free solidarity with the Haitian people getting an absolute stick over there in the US, and free everybody who's oppressed in it, regardless where they are. Fuck fucking the Zionist entity. Fuck fucking Zionist bastards. Fuck the fucking cowards, Arab and so-called Muslim leaders. Fuck them all. That's what we say. And fucking EOS while we're there. Fuck the Glazers as usual. Fuck anybody who's associated with the Glazers. Anybody that's part of their label and crew. You know how it goes. The rest of the lyric. It's simple. It's simple. We keep it 100%. Up the Reds, URT. Hopefully tomorrow, more than that. I'm happy here, people. I want Manchester United to play fantastic fucking football. Win 3-4-0. Come back, smash fucking West Ham. And we go on a run of 15 games. You know what I mean? That's what I would want. That's what I would love to see. And that will make me fucking very happy. And Eric Ten Hag to really show this team putting 70, 80 minutes of performance together in the game completely. Yeah, that's what I would want. But big up. Make sure you check out Jarvis, Bowley77, Black Rain on Twitter, Black Rain, less so, Sean Thomas. And make sure you check out the Geopolitical podcast. It's called How We See Things, across all your providers. And Jarvis is always live. They do a fantastic show on Monday nights. Jarvis Corner, Man UFC Realist TV. Big up Mick, all the way out there in Thailand. Yeah. And this week work's been a bit stressed. Next week, hopefully, we're back to daily shows. So big up to everybody. Love and light. Jim the fucking rat out. Go on, United. Up the Reds. Let's be having ya. Show something to get behind.
Yes.
Don't make me, when I come home tomorrow, I'm going, shit, what a game. Fucking hell, what a game did I miss? You know? That's what I want to be saying. Not like, thank God for that, I missed that shite. I don't want to say that. There you go. Xavi FC. There we go. That's what I'm doing it for Shekarian. Because that's what he likes. He likes that. Here we go. Xavi FC. Big up to you, man. Big up, Jarvis. Big up to Ben as well. Up the fucking Irish. Up the fucking Irish. Beautiful solidarity with the Palestinians, and up the fucking Celtic, and all the humane people out there who are devastated and brokenhearted to be witnessing a genocide taking place. Love and light. Take care. Peace, love, and light. All Western fucking leaders are psycho and psychopaths. They are. They can watch and fucking hug their children at night, while children are getting absolutely sniped in the head and the heart and chest. Crazy. Love, Sheikh Arian. Take care. See you tomorrow night, people. Love. Good night.
Peace.
Night.